Hello everybody, my name is Sirhcus and welcome back to another episode of the Sirhcus, my single player Let's Play series. Dog, what are you doing in the path block? So it seems like you guys have been enjoying the series a lot, and I'm loving it. I'm loving all the support you're giving it lots of likes and some good comments, and I'm so thankful that you guys are enjoying the series, hopefully as much as I am, because I'm having a lot of fun. So today, the world might look a little bit different, and that's because I'm using my own custom resource pack. That's right, I'm jumping on the retexturing bandwagon. So as I said in the first episode of this series, I have been watching Building with BOO. I've been watching for a long time, and he's been doing lots of retexturing in the last, I don't know, year or so. And also, after starting this series, I started watching a guy named Wells Knight, who is on the Hermitcraft server. And last spring, he started his own single-player world called Kingdoms, where he's very heavily inspired by BOO as well, and doing the whole, like, a very building-oriented series, where he's building, different areas, different kingdoms. And he also started making his own texture pack. And so it actually all started with the bed. I kind of decided that I wanted to personalize the bed a bit. And so instead of the red default, I went with a nice cyan. Ooh, I love this bed. It looks so amazing. I love the cyan. I changed the frame to a darker brown. And I think it just looks amazing. So it all started with that. I just kind of wanted to personalize like my texture pack a little bit, or personalize my game. And then I realized how easy it was to change textures. And so I went around and changed a whole bunch. Kind of took this time to fix things that I don't really like in the vanilla texture pack. I do like vanilla textures. I like keeping it 16 by 16. I think if you like the faithful texture packs, I think look really off and weird, because you take away the pixelation, but you don't really add any more detail to the textures, and so it looks bad. So I wanted to keep a very vanilla feel. I didn't change a lot of the textures, but I just went around and fixed some of the textures, did a little bit of recoloring, a little bit of reshading and stuff. So we have the bed here. I also changed the enchantment table, which apparently I can pick up with the stone pickaxe. So this also had a red cloth on it, and I changed that to cyan just because I figured that would make sense. Put a little silver border around this diamond to separate the blues, and I darkened the book a little bit. So I love the way that looks. I might change obsidian a little bit. I've never really been a huge fan of how purple it is. I don't want to make it like completely black, but I might alter that a little bit. Chess, I changed chess. This is one thing that I'm not entirely sure on, although the few people that I've asked about have liked it. So they're a lot darker, no more of those orange yellowy chests. I also put some like hardware around the corners, little brackets, to make them feel, I don't know, a little bit more chesty is how they feel to me, like an actual chest. I also, the logs have a little bit of a gradient on the outside, some shading. That's something that I've seen, a couple other people do, BOO, and I think Wells Knight did it in his texture pack. And that just, if you have logs next to each other, you can actually tell now that there's multiple logs instead of it all just blending in together. I think it just kind of defines the shape a little bit better. The trap doors, this is one thing I wasn't quite sure about, because like I said, I wanted to keep a vanilla feel. I want it to be so that if you switch from this texture pack to vanilla, basically nothing changes. Like everything will look, everything will go together and look the same. The reason why I decided, or the justification, I guess, for this is that honestly, they need to add the different trapdoors. I don't know why they didn't. We have all the different wood types in the doors and in the fences and the fence gates. Why don't we have the trapdoors? So I figured until they do that, hopefully they'll do that someday, but until they do that, I'd rather have a spruce trapdoor than an oak trapdoor. And if they ever do add all the other trapdoors, all the other wood types, then I can change this back, and then I can just go around and use spruce trapdoors. So we got that. Oh, the sky. Can we see the sunset a little bit? So this is a custom sky. This is one of the only things that I didn't do myself in this texture pack. We kind of missed the sunset, but it's a very beautiful pink sunset. This, I don't know who made it actually. It was from a texture pack that I had a while ago called Lively Default that changed the sky and it changed the water, and I think it made the grass really vibrant. But I did some research, and like the guy who made that texture pack took the sky from another texture pack and the guy who made that texture pack took the sky from a different one. So I don't know who the original creator was. It seems like it's been bouncing around for a while though. And I think it looks amazing. We have these beautiful rotating clouds, and the sky just looks beautiful. The sunset looks really amazing. So yeah, that was one of the only other things. I did keep the water as well, although I changed it a little bit. In the Lively Default texture pack, he had it very transparent, and it was a little bit lighter color than this. So I darkened it a bit and made it a bit more opaque. So I think that looks pretty good. One of the big changes that I worked on with this pack was I wanted to make all the crops look much better, because I do not like the vanilla crops. They're super vibrant and green, and most of them are the same color. So I actually brought up pictures of the actual crops and tried to copy them as best I could. So the wheat is actually a nice, golden amber color. The potatoes, the actual potatoes are a little bit darker, and the leaves are a little bit like greener, bluish greener, a little bit more desaturated. I matched the hay bales to the wheat as best I could. The carrots, this is one thing that I think this is my favorite texture. I just love the way that those colors came out, and I think it looks so much more like an actual carrot. And then the beetroot, I didn't change a whole lot, but I did alter those a little bit. And I even changed the items for these things. So like the carrot, it matches the crop. The potatoes are a little bit darker, and the baked potatoes are a little bit darker yet. The wheat is about the color that like the wheat thing is. And wheat seeds I changed to brown color instead of the bright green, because I don't know why they were bright green. It doesn't quite make sense. So I just hopped over to my test world to look at all the textures that I've changed. So here you can really see all the crops and the different stages. So like with potatoes, carrots, and the beetroots, the first 3 stages were exactly the same before, and it was bad. Like you couldn't even tell what the crop was until it was fully grown. So now they all have their own different color, and it's much better. I did change the planks a little bit. They might be a little too stripy now, but I think they look better. It's a little bit more interesting. I changed the oak door and the ladders so that they actually match the oak color. The oak door was the only door that didn't match its plank, and that was bothering me, so I changed that up. Again, there's the crop items. Iron bars I darkened a lot, and I think this looks beautiful. Part of the inspiration came from Creativerse. I love the iron bars that they have in that game, and they're just a really nice dark gray color. Also, I know BOO kind of brought this up when he was altering stuff in his texture pack, but there's kind of like 2 different colors for iron things. There's these 3, the hopper, the anvil, and the cauldron, that are this dark gray. And then there's like the trapdoor and the iron pressure plate and the iron door. They're all like bright white. And I guess the ingots are also bright white. And then the iron bars were just like in between and didn't really match either of them. So I've decided to darken those to try and match them a little bit better. They're a little bit darker, but I really love the way that looks. Also adjusted the cactus, desaturated it a bit. Again, no more, I don't want any of the vibrant green that vanilla has. I did change the reeds, the sugarcane a little bit. They're pretty similar to what they were before. I think I just took out a little bit of the yellowness to them. I also changed the mossy cobblestone and the moss stone bricks so that they match each other. I desaturated the mossy cobble a bit and made it a little bit more yellow, and made the moss stone brick a little bit more green, added a bit more saturation so that they would actually go together and you can use them together. And I darkened the path blocks and added a bit more red to them so that they kind of had this muddy, you know, like trotted on dirt feel instead of the weird yellow. I guess it was kind of a dead grass color, but I like this a lot more, and I'm definitely going to use that more than I would have with the yellow. A couple of other things are I took off the face of the pumpkin. I've seen a lot of people do that because it just doesn't make sense that a pumpkin that has just grown has a face carved into it. I also took out the purple for the end rod so that you can use it in more situations. And there's one change that I wish I could do, but you can't in vanilla Minecraft. So this is normal glass right here. And I know a lot of people complain about it. You have these like bright streaks in the way. A lot of people take them out, and I don't really like the way that looks. It just makes the glass too clean, and it basically takes away all the texture. Now I wish we could do something like this. This is actually white stained glass, and I took the normal glass texture, and I just decreased the opacity to 50%. And this looks so much better. But you can't do that with normal glass. It doesn't have the same properties that stained glass has. It doesn't have the ability to be transparent, I guess. It doesn't have the transparency. So if they could change that to that, that would be amazing. You know, even if they didn't change the texture, just being able to edit that in the texture packs, that would be lovely. And then one more thing that I'm not entirely sure about. This is the biggest change that I've done. Glowstone. I'm not a big fan of glowstone in vanilla. I think it looks really messy and weird. And so this is my attempt at changing it. This isn't the final thing yet. I just started working on this, and I'm not super good at pixel painting, I guess is what you would call it. But I tried to do something more in the line of sea lanterns. It's a glowstone. It's kind of like a gem that grows in the nether, like a crystal or something. So I wanted it to be a little bit messier than the sea lanterns, but I wanted some of the same feel. And so that's what I have so far. Tell me what you guys think. Am I on the right track with this? I'll be playing around with that a little bit more. Yeah, and back over on the Sirhcus here, you can actually see like the new glass texture. It's very similar to actual glass, but it's not so in your face. It's, you know, a little bit more subtle, which is very nice. And I'm not going to keep that in the pack because I do want the white stained glass. I do like the white stained glass, but that was just kind of a little test. Maybe I could replace something like magenta glass or something that I wouldn't use normally. But here you can see in the world, like our beautiful path blocks. I've been working on a path all the way back to the spawn village. Hi, guy. Just kind of widening it. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not quite done yet. I'll probably mix in some coarse dirt around the edges of this. But look at this. This is so much better than the gross yellow path that they had before. This is something that I could actually use. So I'm going to include a link to a download of this texture pack in the description. It is a work in progress. I'm going to be continuing to work on it. I don't really have too many more plans besides working on the glowstone a bit more. But I'm sure as I continue playing in this world, I'll probably find a few other things to edit here and there. And let me know what you guys think. If you have any feedback on the textures that I've done or any other textures that you think need to be edited. It's a lot of fun, and it's kind of nice to fix some of these things and kind of personalize the look of Minecraft to myself. But anyways, here we are in the spawn village. I've been doing a bit more work. We have a fence around down here where our crops are going to go. Also put a fence up here. Very simple design, just some spruce fences and oak logs and spruce slabs, all kind of one color. I like the way that turned out. I put in the dormers on these houses. So we got a couple of dormer windows on there. Definitely breaks up these large roofs. and adds a nice look to it. We got that fence up there, and then this house back here has a big dormer on this side. Very nice. I also started laying out the other houses. We got this house and that house to build, and then this barn. And I think that's what we're gonna try and finish today. Get these things built. I know we've spent a lot of the episode already talking about texture packs, but I should be able to kind of get these done pretty quickly. No. I got my first death. Stupid creeper. I waited too long to go to sleep, and I came back, was working on this house over here, and I had like just finished this part of the roof, and he was there to greet me with a wonderful morning gift of explosions. Well, there's number one. Now they're just gonna come. Now they're just gonna come over and over again. Now that I got my first one. Dang it, stupid creeper. And we have death number 2 on the board. Happened in the exact same spot with another creeper. So stupid. Like I said, once the first death comes, they're just gonna keep coming. That's how it goes. And it also goes to show you that building is the most dangerous thing in this game. I can handle caving, I can handle exploring, even running around at night. That's fine. But when I'm building, I'm too focused on placing blocks and building, and bad things happen. But we have a couple more houses built here. I didn't start on the barn yet. We'll have to wait I think we'll wait till next episode to work on that. But we have some very large houses here. They have a lot of room inside, and it's kind of nice. I like it. So we got the inside here. Very similar to the other houses. They all are, I mean, they're all very similar. Follow the same design. Pretty easy to put up now that I've gotten used to it. Although I guess I only have the barn left, and that one might be a little bit different just because it's a barn and I want it to look like a barn. But yeah, we have this house, and then we have this house over here on the hill. Same kind of thing, except the door's in a slightly different spot. Pretty cool. I like it. I like the way that it's coming. And this probably isn't a good thing to ask at the end of the episode, but we need a name for this village. I'm terrible at naming things, and we're going to need names for stuff in this world. We're going to need to name our villages, so I'm not just calling this Spawn Village, because that's really boring. So if you guys have a name for this place, it's a very poor, not really poor, but it's a very small village. Like I said last episode, it's just a couple of people who live together in one area, kind of tend some farms together, do some trading, probably hunting and all that stuff, do their own logging. Very simple place. So I guess you can keep that in mind. It's also at spawn, so and it's the first village, if that kind of inspires a name in you. But that is going to be it for today. I hope you have enjoyed. Like I said, next episode we'll probably tackle this barn. Again, I'm not sure if I want to do the same roof on the barn. You know, usually when you think of a barn, you think of like a rounded roof. And I might try and incorporate that a little bit while trying to keep the same sort of style as this, kind of mix the two. But we'll see how that goes next time. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video and tell me what you think about the texture pack. Again, link will be in the description, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, peoples.